خانواده‌های جاویدنامان انقلاب ملی ایران از دی 96
Join the families of the martyrs of Iran's national revolution from December 2017 to November 2019 to the Mahsa uprising. Stand by political prisoners of various backgrounds. Do not let them kill our youth and children in your name and with your vote. Do not let them use your name and your vote to spend our national wealth on terrorists and criminals in Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, and Yemen, dragging the region and the world into war and chaos. Do not let them use your name and your vote to increase the price of water, bread, and gasoline, said His Majesty Prince Reza Pahlavi in a video message. Nasreen Shakarami, mother of the late Nika Shakarami, shared a post on Instagram by Mitra Jashni, executive director of Farashgard Foundation and Filler Organization, stating, "If you go and vote, you are also complicit in their crimes." Marzieh Adinezadeh, sister of Abolfazl Adinezadeh. I don't know who shot and killed my 16-year-old brother, but this Friday, among you, the treacherous minority, that person will go vote. The sister of Abolfazl Adinezadeh, who was injured by a shock blow to his neck during the Iranian national uprising and then shot dead by more than 70 slugs of a machine gun, wrote on Instagram, "You minority voters are like those heartless ones who shot my brother from less than a meter away and then refused to admit him to the nearest hospital, telling him to die right there." Nasim Gholami Simiari, prosecuted by Iman Afshari, the head of Branch 26 of Tehran Revolutionary Court, faces trial with charges including armed uprising against the Islamic Republic regime, which could lead to severe sentences such as execution. During the court session, Ms. Gholami Simiari denied all charges brought against her, stating that any confessions attributed to her were obtained under duress and severe torture by security forces during prolonged solitary confinement. Javad Behdad, a pro-monarchy political prisoner and former army officer who was previously sentenced to 5 years in prison, has been transferred to Ward 5 of Khorramabad prison designated for serious crimes. According to a verdict issued by the Revolutionary Court in Karaj, with Judge Narimani communicated to Payam Vali in prison, he has been sentenced to 1 year in prison and 2 years of travel ban and prohibition from using social media for the charge of anti-regime propaganda. Kazem Ali Nejad Baranlu, a pro-monarchy political prisoner held in Evin prison, has begun a hunger strike due to being denied hospital treatment and proper medical care. Hossein Koshki Nejad is being denied hospitalization and medical treatment despite suffering from a torn meniscus and ACL. Despite writing 20 letters to prison officials for treatment and knee surgery, he remains deprived of medical care. He has been sentenced to 1 year in prison and 2 years of exile from his workplace on charges of supporting the Pahlavi dynasty. Hossein Koshki Nejad is the brother of Reza Koshki Nejad, a former member of the Air Force who was expelled and detained due to his support for the Iranian national uprising. The trial session for the charges against Suzan Eid Mohammadzadegan and Niusha Badi Sabit, two Baha'i citizens at Branch 1 of the Revolutionary Court in Babol. During this session at the Revolutionary Court, these two Baha'i citizens defended themselves against repeated charges under Articles 498 and 500, namely actions against national or international security and propaganda against the regime. Suzan Eid Mohammadzadegan and Niusha Badi'i Sabit were arrested without a judicial warrant at Mrs. Eid Mohammadzadegan's home in Babol by security forces. These two Baha'i citizens were later charged by Branch 2 of the Public and Revolutionary Prosecutor's Office in Babol for propaganda against the regime. Finally, they were released from Babol prison after posting bail. Nazila Khanipur and her son Vesal Herabi, two Baha'i citizens imprisoned in Lakan prison in Rasht, have been released on bail. These two citizens were detained by intelligence officers of the Revolutionary Guards in Rasht. Mrs. Khanipur had been previously detained and security authorities expelled Vesal Herabi from his university. In Kashan, the burial of the body of a citizen named Nosratullah Ehsani was prevented at the Baha'i cemetery of the city. A source confirmed, despite having burial permission for this Baha'i citizen at the Baha'i cemetery of Kashan, Golestan Javid, authorities prevented his burial and transferred Mr. Ehsani's body to the morgue.